Times like this where I've gotten to the airport quite a bit early, I usually make my way to the gate or the bar nearest the gate, do some people watching, have a beer or two. Most people tell you not to drink before a flight. It's what I do. I was fortunate enough to get an exit row on this flight. Window's not so great, but the legroom's amazing. For my trip from Toronto to London, was taking a bit of a roundabout way. We headed west towards Calgary first. Bit of a layover in Calgary, so I had another drink, perused the duty free, and then I watched all these people line up well before their zone had actually been called at the gate. Don't be those people. And for my second flight, I was lucky enough to get another window seat. Window. Once in London, I made my way to the tube station and took that into the city. Please stand back from the platform edge. I'd never been to the Shard before. The view from the Shard is actually really amazing, especially on a clear day. Great place to watch the sunset, and they definitely go for more of a nightclub-y type vibe. If you're like me and wanted to take lots of pictures, you really got to be strategic. To avoid the glare on the glass, you got to get nice and close and angle yourself in the right way, but if you do it, the shots are amazing.
I don't know. I think this might be the Canadian bar. Just maybe. They should call it the Hoser Hut.
At the Maple Leaf, we had a couple of Canadian beers, some Canadian-inspired beers, and for some reason watched American football. If you're a busker in London and you want to draw a crowd, just sing Bohemian Rhapsody. Other music just doesn't draw the same crowds. The acoustics in here are pretty good, eh?
Oh, good.
The next morning I was on my own again, so I went to the Regency Cafe for breakfast. Great little breakfast spot, but the experience itself was worth the visit. If you go, you'll know what I mean. I spent the rest of the morning wandering the city and taking more photos. I then picked up my car rental and made my way over towards my hotel using the country roads, which I just love in England. I only stopped at the hotel long enough to pop in for a quick tour and check out the room. Building must be owned by a Canadian or something. There was photos of various Canadian landmarks and tourist spots all over the building, and the bar even served Canadian beer. But soon I was on my way back on the road again for something a little bit even more Canadian. I didn't record much while visiting family, but I just had to show off this amazing building my uncle built just for his outdoor pizza oven. Next day I was back in London. We checked out the Mad Hatter pub, which is actually in the building where my grandfather was born. We also checked out the Churchill Workrooms. This was a bucket list item for me. I'd always wanted to go there. Expensive, but great museum. We did some more exploring, checking out some amazing pubs, as well as my first time ever visiting London's Chinatown. For the flight home, I really scored big. Air Canada upgraded me to their executive class seat, which is absolutely beautiful. They start you off with a warm towel and a warm bowl of fresh nuts, and an amenity kit that I forgot to open until I got home with the world's smallest tube of toothpaste. They have an amazing in-flight entertainment system on the executive class with a huge screen and one of these fancy remotes that has a touch screen on it as well. You can even play Angry Birds on the remote while watching a movie. Meal was great, legroom was great, and I finally got a proper